Hey y'all, what's up? Okay, we're gonna try this again. My name is Michaela Green, and I'm an editor for Rare Radar. Everybody, come on in. I'm excited for today's conversation. Gonna be chatting with OG Dave. I'm about to play one of his newest records called Red Dot in the background. You know the vibes. Oh, okay. Why is it not playing? Technical difficulties, but we're good.
I see you watching me, I see you watching my every move, watching my every move, everything that I do. I got eyes on
We're
me,
back,
I got
we're back,
eyes on me.
we're back.
There's no lie to me, shots
We're
don't
back
lie
and we're
to me.
better.
It's not high to me, there's no hype to me, there's no
What's
hype
up,
to
what's
me.
up, what's up,
Plenty
what's
of
up?
fight in me,
Come on
red
in,
dot on
y'all,
me.
come on in.
I got eyes on me, I'm so fly, you see, it's just life to me.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Don't try it, and please don't
Is the
try it.
connection booming?
Pack me a grab
We
grind
got
up the
the
tip,
man of the
I'ma do
hour.
it like that. Cause I feel so alive when I ride through the city. Celebrate my life while securing the Benjis. Rope chains, cup. Bitch, you wasn't here, I took attendance. Okay, superior style and Mr. Building getting frisky. Brown skin baby, all in my face, try to kiss me. I'm with it. Diggy the dime, for God, got it. Hello.
Hey, what's going on? What's happening?
What's happening? I'm playing, Red Dot in the
Man, thank you,
background.
thank you. I'm
You're
hella
welcome. I love this video.
thankful.
Like,
Love.
yeah, of course. Of course.
Thank
Thank you for hopping on.
you for sure, no problem. Thank you for having me. Nah,
Of
that's I
course.
love getting the opportunity to just just converse, communicate, and just not through an artistic medium, but just like
Yeah.
personal.
I
Yeah,
love that. I'm so excited for today's conversation. And I know you have a busy week because it's your birthday week too, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. It's my
Okay.
birthday tomorrow, so I'm excited about that.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Happy early birthday. Big Libra in the building.
so
You
thank you.
know, one thing I love about Libras, y'all don't play about y'all craft. You guys are extremely creative, tapped into your highest creative self. It's super admirable. So, this is your season, honestly.
Sure.
And speaking of your creative process, I would love to learn more about your creative process with your new album, The Most High. And was it different from past projects?
Uh, you know. I think the biggest difference with the Most High was that I recorded the majority of it during the pandemic, and so,
Okay.
just being in the. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. My brother playing music. Give me one
Okay.
second. 1 second.
We pause. We pause. It's all good. So, you guys, if you haven't tapped in to his album, The Most High, please do. Please do. It's amazing. So lyrical. Hey, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. You're good. You're good.
So um, the creative process.
Pandemic.
Yeah, the creative process during the pandemic was definitely different because you just don't get the opportunity to lab up with people and run ideas by people, and so
Right.
that aspect of it was different. But for me and the team, it was the show must go on. So
Mm-hmm.
I was writing, I was making sure I get everything right, and I'm just super happy that we were able to get it to the people because that was the goal from day one. Like put this project together and deliver it to the folks, and so I'm
Wow.
finally get it out.
That's amazing. So it's been like 4 years then since you first
Yeah,
started this.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. It has, and I've been sitting on the music, and so it felt really good to deliver the music to the folks. I was waiting on it, and so as an artist, obviously we make the music, we make the art for us and its expression and everything, but it feels good to be able to create a project and deliver it to those that have been waiting, and so
Yeah.
that felt good for me.
Yes, that's amazing. I mean, there were so many songs that were relatable even to me
Oh, for
on
sure.
the record. I could tell, I mean, on the album overall, like you could tell you put your time into this. So, um, it's just I can't wait to get into what we're about to get into. Like, so, and you've been making music for a while. How do you think your sound has evolved from when you first started releasing music to now?
Oh, oh man, You know, for me personally, I try to I try to write better songs with each
Mhm.
release and rap better with each release. And
Okay.
I feel like I'm getting to a point where um, everything is being highlighted. And so I just think the quality of the raps.
Hmm.
I think I'm picking really good beats these days.
Yeah.
Um, and just approaching it from with a more of a business mind. You know,
Hmm.
what a lot of people don't realize is that this industry isn't just based on talent and how good you are. You have to also know how to navigate the business aspect of it as well. So along with the sound evolving and the raps evolving, my business mind is evolving as well. My team is evolving, and so
Hmm.
doing everything that we can to kind of keep up with the trends and keep up with what's going on, and doing what we can to think ahead as well, not just stay current, but also see where it's going and where it's headed.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, that is so important. I feel like the journey is just as beautiful as the work that you put out as a creative.
Yeah,
So, and I know you mentioned, you felt like your production, your beats are better
yeah,
now. I want to
yeah.
talk about your producer,
Oh,
Boom.
hell
You guys
yeah.
locked in with this project. I mean, you guys have been friends for 10 years. I think I saw
Yeah,
how long
yeah,
ago.
it's been over 10 years now. I met my
Wow.
boom when I was at Sac State, and so that's
Wow.
12 years ago.
12 years? Oh, y'all
So,
locked in at this
yeah,
point. Like,
yeah, and
that's
it all started with a SoundCloud message, and
really,
and it went from there. Shout
wow.
out Boom, man. I call him my backbone. Like I don't have a sound without Boom, and so
Mm,
he's my primary producer, and he produced the entirety of this project. We had some co-production from DTB on Meet Me on the
wow.
Mountain. Aside
Yeah.
from that, Boom all day,
Wow.
and yeah, and so I'm glad that we're getting this album out for not only for my sake but for his sake as well, because I want people to know the name and just know that there's no me without him. And so major shout out to Boom, man. That's my dog.
That's love. And I mean, you shouted him out in the album too. You said, um,
Yeah.
yo, it's just crazy. It's like, yeah, I need to know who Boom, like this relationship. I really wanted to ask about that. And I want you to kind of dive deep into how important it is to have someone in your corner who also sees your vision too, and how that may have helped you catapult
You only
your
go
career.
you only go as far as your team.
Right.
Um, Something that I'm super thankful for is that I have a team that is understanding,
Mhm.
challenges me, pushes me to be great, and that shit is so important. Like nobody has done it by themselves.
Right.
Everybody had help at some point. LeBron James didn't do it by himself. Scorsese didn't do it by himself.
Right.
Whatever top of the mountain type of person you can think of, whatever leader of their industry you can think of, nobody did it without help. And so that's something that I try to stress to anybody who's just tapping into the sound is like, I'm thankful for my team.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for Boom. I'm thankful for all the engineers, all the directors, all the stage hands, everybody who lit the videos, cinematographers, managers, stylists.
Yes,
If the list,
sir.
I'm thankful for everybody who's had a hand in creating what I'm in creating and helping me create. And so massive shout out to all the engineers, producers, and everybody
Mhm.
who helped kind of help me get my dreams in order. You know, because
Yeah.
not a short list. There are a ton of people who have helped me along the way, and
Hmm.
and 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 invest in a good team. And if you don't have the capital or the means to invest, surround yourself with people who are like minded and see the vision, and y'all will get there together.
Amen. People are literally loving that. Team is everything. A good team
Yes.
pushes the whole vision. It's facts. Like I feel like that's the blueprint
Hmm.
to anything extraordinary.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I love that you give kudos to the people who helped you along the way. Like that's amazing. And it shows your character as an artist.
Like yeah, no me. Hey, it's no me without them.
Period.
It's no me.
Period. And I want to dive deep into the tracks
Okay.
though. Like
All
let's talk about you and your lyricism if
right.
we
Okay.
can. Okay.
Okay, for sure.
The first song, Meet Me on the Mountain, crazy, by the way. I mean, you
Thank
start off extremely strong.
you.
There was so many quotables. You know, you even said they obsessed with all the likes because they dead inside. You know,
Yeah.
as a creative, like battling, like, is my art good with the engagement I'm getting on social media? I feel like you really showed how seeking outside validation is not the way to go. Like, if you truly believe
Nah.
in your craft, you know, that's super motivating for me. And then you also talked about these niggas swore I wouldn't soar, and I knew the risk. I left the field in the past. I knew that was it. Talking about your past athletic career.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a former athlete.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And it's crazy because I mean I live in the hoop state. So like like it's really your whole identity as an athlete, especially like collegiate, whether it's high school, whatever. So I want to ask you, you know, coming from an athletic background where sports becomes a huge part of your identity,
Mhm.
what was the main force that gave you the confidence to sort of pivot and pursue other creative passions such as music?
Oh man, so I'll tell this story 100 times, and I'll tell it 100 more.
Please.
Huge shout out to my older brother Ryan and my other brother Chris, who he from the same city as me. He grew up down the block.
Hmm.
Um, I give major props to those two because not only did they encourage me to find things to do outside of sports and athletics, but they were the guiding force for me. Cool bought me my first microphone and my first beat making software,
Wow.
and Chris is the first one to sit me down and show me how to write, rap, record, and produce and mix and master myself. And
Mm-hmm.
those two, I mean, there's no me without them. They saw that I had an interest. I had interests outside of athletics, and they kind of cultivated an environment for me to pursue it. And so I'm forever in debt to them. Like those are my dogs. I love them to death. And yeah, just seeing how much they believed in me made me believe in myself. And again, that kind of falls back in line with that team thing. The people that you
Mm-hmm.
surround yourself with has such a massive impact on you.
Yeah.
So huge shout out to them. Like I think without them, I think I would have just been a guy who liked music and
Right.
didn't pursue it without them being there to kind of gently nudge me into that space. And so shout out them. I'm super thankful for them.
That's so beautiful and a blessing too to have people like that in your corner. Once again, it's like literally the people around you are like going like this with you, and I love that. I
That's what
love
it
that.
that's what it feels
Yeah.
like, I, I, it gives me like a super warm feeling just because I know how long it took to get here.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I was making music and people was like, nah, bro, this ain't it. I wasn't one of those music prodigy kids. Like
Yeah.
I I had to learn and I had to work
Mm-hmm.
to get to where I'm at. And so I'm forever thankful for anybody who takes the time to tap into what I'm doing because you don't have to. Like that's the thing. People don't have to listen to your music.
Right.
I tell people all the time, like they get frustrated when they drop because they ain't getting hundreds and thousands of plays. And I say, bro, like one play is so valuable. People get they get a warped sense of value because
Mm-hmm.
they're comparing themselves to these massive artists are part of a machine.
Right.
Like designed for them to get this type of exposure and these types of plays. And I tell
Mm-hmm.
people you gotta remember, like one play is so valuable. Still, it's so valuable.
Still.
One new person hearing your song is still an experience, And so be thankful for the plays that you're getting and recognize that if you're not getting hella plays, that means there's always room for improvement.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to use it as a teaching moment and a learning moment. So stay motivated. Like I think that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that I can preach is stay motivated and don't let lack of something be the thing that deters you, be the thing that keeps you from pursuing your goals.
Amen. Like someone said, people underestimate the joy of learning. That is so true.
Yeah.
Perfecting your craft is definitely a journey, but I like it. It's like, okay, there's room for improvement here. Let me fix, tweak some things here.
Yeah.
And, you talked about kind of like locking in, educating yourself.
Mhm.
And it kind of ties into for me, the overall message behind your song Never Blink. I mean, you talk about making sacrifices, like stepping back from social ties and even stepping back from your passions and really just,
Yeah,
staying down for a little bit. And you also, I'm gonna quote you again,
true.
fall to achieve resurrection.
Yeah,
Super deep.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
super relatable too.
yeah.
I would love for you to walk us through that journey. Like, what was the hardest part about pushing your passions on the back burner for a little bit and that isolation? And how did that process lead you to rediscover yourself as an
Hell
artist?
yeah. Yeah. Another story that I love to tell. You know, I had a plan for my life uh, back when I was like 24, 25.
Mm-hmm.
I had the plan all mapped out. I had the jobs mapped out. I had the family life mapped out. I had everything mapped out and how I was going to do it. And when I was 28, I quit my job, um, stopped going out as much,
Mm-hmm.
and decided to really basically commit myself to the art, commit myself to the music. Not just the music, but all things like surrounding it, you know. And it brought me a sense of satisfaction that I had never experienced before.
Wow.
And it was it was I got a return on my investment in real time, and I think that that's something that we don't often get to experience in our lifetime. Usually you gotta put in, and then at the end you see the return.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw in real time me taking my focus and me taking my drive and having a target and focusing on achieving that goal, and it made such a difference in my approach to how I created the music and how it was received. And so I
Yeah.
realized that there's no gain without sacrifice. If you want to achieve something, something must be sacrificed.
Mm.
It's the balance. It's just how it goes. Nothing's free. So it costs. And
Yeah.
so I made the decision that getting the stable job with the family life and the house, I decided that that wouldn't be my future. I decided that my future would be something
Mm.
else. And it's been beautiful. It's been a beautiful journey so far. And I'm so thankful that I was able to make that decision with a clear head and with a goal in mind. And
Mm.
with those two things in conjunction, I was able to get to this point where I am now. And I'm thankful that I was able to make it work, but I'm also serving as a living testament that you can do it. It takes sacrifice and it's scary, but you can do it. You can make it happen.
Wow. You're dropping so many gems right now. The chat's going
No,
crazy.
I appreciate. I would love to like look at it and scroll, but I don't want to take my focus away from
Right.
it.
Me neither, but I'm like, yo, because what you're saying is so crazy. Like, I'm for myself and my friends, I'm around that same age you were talking about, like late 20s. You're like, what is going on here?
Yeah,
So I appreciate how you're transparent on like that journey, how you kind of took the road less traveled by, but you still stay true to yourself
true.
and with that goal. And like you said, this is why you're here today. And it's just beautiful all around. And I also want to get into, and I'm sure you had God, in your journey. You used prayer. You
Oh,
talked a lot about your faith
yeah,
and Hope High with Benny the
uh,
Butcher. Like,
yeah. Shout out Benny, man. Real A. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Shout out real nigga for like for real. Like
yeah.
big shout out to Benny. And you're absolutely correct. I was raised in I won't say I was raised in a religious household, but
Hmm.
we were very aware of religion. We are very spiritual. I spent the first 13 years of my life in church often. My mom
Yeah.
sang, and me and my brothers went to Catholic school. So like church was very much a big part of my life. And so I do have strong ties to faith and spirituality. I was raised Baptist, but I don't necessarily, claim Baptist, but
Hmm.
I do believe in God. I do have spirituality, and it gives me something to believe in.
Yeah.
I think that part of the human experience is being able to believe in something greater than self. And so for me, that's where I pull a lot of my inspiration from.
That's beautiful. And for you and Benny to come from completely two different
Man,
backgrounds. I mean,
yeah, yeah, 100%. Nah,
100%.
100%. That's why I'm so thankful for his
Yeah.
contribution, because he didn't pull an ego move or a power trip, or he didn't
Mhm.
like play us. Like we've been in rooms with some significant characters, and oftentimes people are trying to get something up out of you. But it was
Mhm.
cool connecting with Benny because he heard the song and liked it and jumped on. And there was no shady activity. There was no bullshit going on. Like, it was just straight up and down. This nigga's tight. This song is tight. We gonna jump on.
Yeah.
And that means the world to me, especially in the artistic community.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it meant even more that it was a song that was uh, birthed by my own kind of concept. Me and Boom
Mhm.
came up with the concept for the song and the sound of the song, and it was tight enough that Benny the Butcher decided to jump on it. Like, for me, like that's a fairy tale ending. It don't get no doper than that, you know.
Right.
And so yeah, like
That's
it was
insane.
just such a cool experience, and
Yeah.
I'm such a big fan because of his contributions to rap and how well he raps. And I think that the thing that moves me the most is the fact that I feel like I held my own, not only against a hip hop heavyweight, but
Hmm.
against somebody who's representing the culture the right way.
Hmm.
For me, it's a dream come true.
That's amazing. Like, I feel like you're a master manifester in a way. It's like, it's,
You gotta
yeah.
you have so you the power of words. You have to speak what you want into existence. You have to. And that was a part of what I also started doing when I quit my jobs. Like,
Hmm.
I was like, this is what I want to do. I have to make sure that this is what I'm speaking on. This is what I believe in. This is what I can will into existence. And
Right.
so yeah, self talk is super important. How you talk to yourself and what you talk about is so important, because that's the energy that you put out into the world.
That's so valid. And you're talking, you have crazy features with a lot of hip hop heavyweights.
Man,
Like,
yeah.
it's getting crazy for you. It's getting crazy. Can we talk
Yeah.
about E40? I mean, even besides that, I was watching one of your old interviews. Well, not old. It was a past interview, and you were saying how for Limoncello you wrote Future on the top of your list as your features. Then look what
Yeah.
happened. Like, Future hopped on.
You people don't realize the value in manifestation because it sounds crazy.
But
It
it's so
sounds crazy
true.
saying
It's
I
so
spoke
true.
it into existence. It sounds insane until you
Yeah.
do it, until you experience it for yourself,
Hmm.
you know? And so, yeah, like the 40 feature, honestly, for me it's it's um it lets me know that A, I'm on the right track, but B, that's something I can show my kids, if I do,
Right.
you know what I mean? That's
Especially coming from Cali, like, I know this is like mind boggling for you. Like, whoa,
yeah,
like a legend, a Cali legend. It's insane.
yeah. And again, like somebody that I love, respect, and hold to a high regard in hip hop.
Hmm.
Um, true rap historians understand E40's contributions to the culture. They exceed many of the rappers that we hold in high regard. Like,
Right.
E40 is the most. He's a foundational piece of rap at this point in his career. So many superstar rap stars and groups have been inspired by him and what he
Hmm.
does. So for me to have a record with him is like it's amazing, honestly. It's you know the I like this quote right here. I've said this before myself. If the dream isn't crazy, it isn't big enough. And
Oh,
that is
I pin that?
that's 100% accurate. That's 100% accurate. And
Yes.
and that's how you have to live. That's how you have the things that you want to accomplish. Let them reside at the top of the mountain. That means you got to go get it, and you can't shy away from the journey, and you can't be afraid of what you encounter on the way, because that's what makes the journey worthwhile. You
Yes.
know, people always want easy, like people want an easy road, but you don't want anything that's easy. Anything that's easy is not worth having. You want something that takes a little grinding for a little effort because it feels better. It feels better once you do achieve it.
Absolutely. I feel like that quote, your whole statement alone is the overarching idea of your album. Like the journey,
That's it.
the
Yeah,
most high,
yeah.
like top of the
And
mountain.
it's in the so it's obviously it's in the name, but like
Yes, but it's real
yeah,
life. It's like literally your whole journey. I just love it. I just loving this. And another thing I love about you and your music is how authentic you are.
oh
Like
yeah,
you, I mean, it's giving you. You said rich rap was never my forte in this album, and I respect that
yeah,
because you're not lying. You're straight up. I'm not from the streets. I'm
yeah.
not selling drugs.
Mm-mm.
This is just my life. This is my story,
Yep.
and you're not flexing a fake persona.
Yeah.
Let's Yeah, let's not for that. That's already above the majority, I would say. And I would want to ask you, why is authenticity so important to you as an artist? And how do you stay grounded in an industry that often encourages people to create false images?
Oh, for me, it's a generational thing.
Mhm.
I'll be 34 tomorrow. So I was born in 1990,
Wow.
and I remember life before the internet. Oh, I know, crazy, I know.
Not
And
that bad.
and and back then, being authentic was something that was really valued.
Mhm.
Ever since the invention of the internet, you can kind of put whatever persona you want on the
Right.
internet. Internet became kind of like a dumping ground for bad ideas, honestly. Like
Yeah.
people love to put a persona up on the screen and in front of people that isn't true to themselves, and that's fine if that's your business. But for me, the artists that I celebrate and hold near and dear, and they're all very authentic.
Mhm.
They are their authentic selves, and they're unapologetic about it. And I think that being authentic will help you connect to the fan base a little bit more. So the things that I rap about are things that I'm comfortable discussing.
Right.
And I think having that vulnerability, having that connecting point to listeners, I think all of these things kind of usher you into a space of um, being a celebrated artist.
Mhm.
All artists that we celebrate and love, they connect to their fans, and they give us something that moves us emotionally. And so I think that all that stuff is important, and it all ties in.
Right. And I know your fans definitely feel your authentic lyrics through every track. I mean, this is you, and I want to say I respect you for being real because it's scarce out here. Let me tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's the world's in a funky
it
place,
is.
and so I kind of find my safe space is being in the studio. I'm in my this is my home studio right now. Like
Okay.
I spend the majority of my time here. I guess I can give y'all a tour.
Yeah. Like, can we get a tour? Like.
Yeah, this the workspace right here.
Okay.
This the mic right here.
Oh wow.
Little view back there. That's out in the backyard. I got the little hoop court, and then what I love to show off up in here is I got a little car collection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have a Hot Wheel enthusiast. Well, I don't know if they're all Hot
We
Wheels, but
got the car collection. It's Hot Wheels, Johnny Lightning, and Matchbox. Those are all brands that make like little miniature cars.
yes.
And so we crazy.
I
I
love
got
that.
vinyls on the wall. We got the vinyls here. Blue Oyster Cult Live. We got Otis Redding, Bobby Bland. We got Hall & Oates, Jimi Hendrix. We got Duke Ellington. We got Nat King Cole. We got them on the wall over there. That's all vinyls, all real, all sourced. Like it ain't no like they're not. These aren't new vinyls. Like these are from back in the day.
Wow. I mean the taste.
Yeah,
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, more cars. More
Wow.
cars. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, so I got to have the Dragon Ball Z figurines up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's good for work and play. It's
Yes.
we go in here, we get the work done, but we're also surrounded by things that I love, and so it works out pretty cool.
What? Now we got a whole studio tour. Like I'm
Yeah.
That just really. Oh my gosh! Now I have a better understanding. Like the the artists you have on the vinyls alone speak
Oh
to
yeah,
what you were saying earlier about being authentic and how you look up to authentic artists. So it just kind of aligns with who you
yeah.
are.
Now,
So
my favorite band is Hall and Oates, and
wow.
yeah, I know.
Noted,
And
noted.
and I, it's once I'm done with rap, I'm definitely gonna venture into like R&B,
Oh yeah.
so kind of like alternative rock. Um,
Mm,
I like I'm excited to venture into those lanes, and Hall and Oates is really probably the driving force behind it. I've been fans of them since I was a kid, and the type of music that they make, it kind of swings between disco, R&B, and rock, and
yes.
that's where I hope to land once the rap is done, and so I'm excited
Ooh,
about it.
that now that is something to look forward to. I think you would crush it. And
Thank you.
even you're welcome. Like a lot of artists are, especially black artists, we're tapping into back to our roots, like let's get
Yeah,
back to the rock, let's get to alternative, let's do R&B. I love that. So I think with your lyricism alone and like your overall realness, it's gonna land well, honestly, and I'll be looking
thank,
forward to it.
thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Yeah, of course. Like I'm so geeked you showed us your
Oh
studio.
yeah.
Like that was amazing.
It's modest. It's very bare bones. It has everything that I need. I produce in here. I cut podcasts in here. I do vocals in here. It has everything that I need. It's really stripped down and slimline, but
Hmm.
I like it. I don't need to go to the big studio. It looks good for IG, of course,
Right.
but on a daily basis, I'm just in here cutting records and staying busy. That's kind of the best way to approach it, in my opinion.
Yes. That's amazing. Your own space. Like I feel like you produce your best work that way when it's you surrounded by you, like different versions of you. Like I love that. And what advice, you're speaking gems already. I mean, you gave so much advice during this whole interview. But if you could think of maybe a new little advice for any upcoming artists, independent artists that are tapped into the live,
Mm-hmm.
advice to help them carve out their space
Sure,
in the music world.
sure. Um, do what you can to cut costs. I would say. I've had my own studio now for 20 years now,
Yeah.
and I think that being able to cut records whenever I want is super beneficial because you never know an inspiration will strike.
Right.
You never. Um, so I say cut your costs as much as you can. If you've got somebody who has equipment that they're done with using, go get it.
Mm.
This I've been using this piano here for 18 years. This was a gift
Wow.
from Chris, my mentor. I've been using this piano for 18 years and it still works.
Wow.
And so just little stuff like that. If I went to the store and bought this, it's gonna run you about 275,
Right.
$300. But if you
Right.
got the industry, if you got people who are working in parallel industries or doing the same thing as you are, see if they can help you. See if you can help each other. You know, I started off selling beats for $10. Ten
Mm.
dollars. I was doing beats for $10 and recording and $10 an hour for recording. That's how I started. And so you surround yourself with people who are doing what you do,
Hmm.
and you all work together towards a common goal. And I think that along the way you'll find that helping each other is like kind of like the best way to get your foot in the door in a lot of these
Right.
places, because you never know who your circle will overlap with. And so
That's
I
so
say
true.
I'll streamline it. Keep your costs low
Hmm.
as best you can. Um, be able to create whenever you want without having to pay somebody to do
Mm.
it. The majority of my friends coming up didn't have studios at home, so they was going out paying $30 an hour, $40 an hour, cutting records, and that's not including getting it mixed and mastered. That's not
Right.
including budget together to get it published and to get it marketed properly. And so what I would say is learn as many skills as you can, apply them to yourself, and then once you get some traction going, once you start making some cheese from it, then you reinvest into, all right, now we can hire a
Mm.
new director. now we can hire a new engineer, you know, stuff like that. And so when I started making music, I had $0 in my account. Zero. My brother got me a microphone and he got me hip hop EJ5 for my 12th birthday.
Wow.
And I threw that shit and I threw that shit in my parents' computer and I was writing raps and going from there. And so, you know, I say do what you can to keep your costs low, get your equipment together, get your little office together. Even if it's not a big studio, get you a little corner somewhere where you can just focus and do your thing, and then you just build. You know, you got to think of it like a pyramid. Pyramid together on one night, they lay the bricks down, brick by brick by brick by brick, and you just slowly build that thing together, you know. And if you got a good team with you, it makes the process that much easier.
Yes, thank you. I'm taking that advice for myself too. I know people in the comments are going crazy.
Oh, it's all good.
It's so easy to jump the gun and like, oh, I need the best of the best. Like, you know, and you're right. It's all about the pyramid, you know, the building blocks, and it'll make everything. Now you have a sturdy foundation. You know how to move now. You know how everything works in your craft. It's just beneficial all around.
My first 5 placements being my first 5 songs that were purchased and used for things outside of my own personal usage were recorded on a $300 laptop and a $100 microphone in an apartment. Not even in an official studio.
Wow.
The first 5 songs that I sold to movies, video games, and TV shows were recorded on a $300 computer, $100 microphone in an apartment. And I say that to say that people think that they got to go to the studio to make magic and go pay $50 an hour to do. Nah, we're not in that age anymore. Right. It used to be that, but it's not that way anymore. Do what you can to put your art together. Do what you can to package it properly and put it out to the world and let them listen to it. Let them enjoy it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for that. Thank you. You are so right. And look at you now. You didn't even have to. You're right. It's all about, you know, how you're doing your craft. It doesn't matter what technology you buy in, if it's the latest MacBook, whatever. Like that.
Does it record? Does it make beats? I'm working on my laptop is not super old, but I'm working on a 2019 MacBook Pro. A 2019 MacBook Pro. And I'm cutting records and I'm doing albums, I'm editing photos and I'm editing video and I'm doing everything that I need to do.
Yeah.
So you don't need, everybody thinks that they need top of the line, XYZ, blase, blase. Can you get what you're trying to do done? If you can, run with it.
Right. Amen. Amen. That was a perfect place to end our conversation, but I do want to play a little game real quick.
It's good. It's good.
Called, perfect. I'm glad you're up for it. Real quick, as we close, it's a game called This or That. So I'm going to ask you 2 things, and real quick, you got to tell me either A or B, okay?
Okay. I like games. It's lit.
All right. So we're going to start. Bada, bada, boom. Okay. Platinum record or sold out tour?
Sold out tour.
Boom. Old school hip hop or new school trap?
Old school hip hop.
Ballad. Music video or live performance?
Live performance.
Okay. Early morning workout or late night studio session?
Oh man, that's it. We're gonna go with the late night studio session, but the early morning workout is crazy too.
Right, I knew that was gonna be a tough one, low key. Okay, this was good. Lyrics first or beat first?
For me, beat first.
Okay.
I started as a producer, so the beat the beat is
the bread.
The beat is
butter. And then here's the last this or that. This might be a little crazy.
Okay.
Drake feature or Kendrick feature?
So I'm from California. I'm from the Bay, so it's gotta be Kendrick. I'm a fan of both. You know, I'm a fan of both. But if it boiled down to it, it's gotta be Kendrick. And that's even before the beef.
Right.
You know, to get I think a Drake stamp is very valuable. Don't get me wrong. But has anyone gotten the Kendrick stamp? I think a Kendrick stamp would be really, really, it would be monumental.
Yes.
Drake breaks artists. Drake does features for a lot of artists who are outside of his, everyday fan base.
Yes.
Kendrick did the Taylor Swift feature, and then I haven't seen him You know
That's
what I'm saying?
valid. That's
You know,
valid.
so I would say at this point in time, I think
Yeah.
if Kendrick hopped on one of my,
That's a perfect explanation, honestly. And I hope that is because you already are a crazy manifester as is. So I
uh,
hope that oh my gosh, she's freshing me out of here. Sorry. I hope that you manifest that. But thank you so much for
thank
hopping
you, thank you.
on with Rev Radar. Like this was a
It's all
great
good.
conversation. And
Yep.
wow. And last thing, do you have anything that your fans can look forward to coming out?
Oh yeah, we got an announcement coming up at the beginning of next week. It's gonna be
Okay.
fun, cool. We're just getting the last minute details nailed together, but got an announcement coming at the top of the week. Yeah, great,
Put
can't
your
wait.
alerts on. Put your alerts on.
For
Okay.
sure. Oh,
Yes.
I got amazing. Thank you so much for having me. Y'all tapping in the comments as well. I've been pop up, so
Yes. They,
I appreciate y'all tapping in. Love.
of course. Of course. You dropped some gems. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you later. See you later.
Most definitely.
Bye.
Thank you for taking the time. Appreciate y'all.
Of course. Ooh, that was a great conversation. Okay, you guys. I'm literally in the library and they're kicking me out.
It's all
So
good. It's all good. Job well done.
thank you. Thank you. Right. Perfect timing. But I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. And I will be posting this live on our page so you can refer back to it. And I'll be posting it on YouTube.
Sure.
So thank you guys.
Awesome. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.
All right. Bye.